welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a what's new in my shop video. So I have 3 new items to show you guys, and all of which go along with my regular monthly budget items, and they add or enhance. So I have a vacation budget. This one is geared more towards like amusement parks and things like that. Disney, obviously. But if you want a different type of design, say you go to the beach or you're going to Europe or something like that, camping, something like that, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be happy to put one together for that type of vacation as well. But this one, let me move these out of the way. This one has 7 sheets, and I do apologize if you hear the dogs playing with their toys. They would not release the toys this morning, so we may hear some some of that. Anyway, they're being good, at least, right? So the first page is the vacation budget. This is where you're going to sit down and figure out approximately how much you're going to need. You could do actual numbers if you want. You could print this off as many times as you want to and write estimated and actual, you know, however you want to do that. You could put your dates from and to, so when you're leaving, when you're coming back. The transportation section has a flight, car rental, gas, tolls, parking, and then your total will be at the bottom. Accommodation would be your hotel, resort. It was supposed to also say rentals, sorry about that. But if you're going to rent someplace, whatever, how much that's going to be, how many nights you're going to stay, if there's any extra resort fees, and then your total. Park tickets, if you're going to Disney, obviously, there's going to be park tickets prices. How many days you're going to go, what parks, how many parks you're going to go to, the number of people going, if you're going to get Memory Maker, and then your total. And then you could check off which parks. I know Disney Springs is not a park, but I added it there because, you know, if you're going to go, you're going to need money for Disney Springs. Souvenir fund, amount per park if you're going to break it up per day. Or if you're going to each park, if there's something specific in each park that you want, you would write out amount per park. If you're going to go to the outlet mall or any other stores around in the area, and then your total. Okay, so your resort, your hotel, and your rental information, the dates that you're going to be staying there, the check-in and the check-out times, the price for the room, the number of nights you're staying, if there's any resort fees or extra fees of any kind, the people who's actually staying in that room, and if you're going multiple rooms, multiple families, you would print this page off per room. Park transportation, is it available? Parking available. Are you going to be able to park? Is it free parking? Is it a fee for parking? Etc, etc. Room snacks, this would be your groceries, I guess, but this is just a rundown because we do have another page later for you to actually do a full-on list. Is there a fridge or a microwave available? Down at the bottom, you have where you write the name of the place you're going to be staying, the address, the phone number, and your confirmation number, so that you'll have all that information at your fingertips. Transportation plans, the dates you're going to be traveling. If you're driving, what time you're leaving. The arrival time, the estimated arrival time. Gas for the vehicle. Pre-trip inspection if you're driving your own vehicle. And then the total amount. If you have any tolls. snacks that you would like to keep in the car for travel or take with you for the flight or what have you. You have an estimated time, travel time, and then you have an actual travel time. So how long is it going to take you to get from point A to point B? From your house to your destination. And then the actual time it took. If you're renting a car, you'll have the name of the rental company, the address, and the phone number. What time do you pick it up? What time do you return it? The vehicle type rented. If you purchased insurance, did you have to leave a deposit? The dates you're going to be having the rental for, the amount of gas you had to use for your rental, and then the total amount down here. And then flight, we never fly. We either do a rental car or we drive our own car. But I wanted to add this because I know there are some people who either live too far away or cannot drive that far or what have you. So I put the flight information down here at the bottom. So you'll have your flight number, people traveling, arrival time, departure time, airline phone number, and your total. On the flight number, I would also put the name of the airline. I would just put all your flight information down here. So that is the transportation plans. This page is park day plans. So there is one block for each park, and you will write down that you have tickets. These are suggestions to write down on this page. Use it how you want. You either write the outfits you want to use for this page, or you can write down the number of tickets purchased, yes or no, the reservations put in for each park, yes or no, the outfit you want to plan, if you're taking snacks or food with you, write that down. If you're looking for specific souvenirs from that park, write that down. The date that you're going to be at that park, write that down. However you want to use this. It's just a nice little place to keep all your thoughts and what you need for that day. This is going to be the grocery list for your trip. So we have snacks, lunch, breakfast, dinner, and drinks and other. So if you're going to be buying groceries of any kind to keep in your room or to take with you on your trip for travel, snacks or what have you, you would write this down. You could print as many of these off as you need. You could put travel up at the top, or you could put room up at the top, or, you know, if you're staying in a rental property, maybe you put rental grocery list, because you would have a full kitchen, right? So you would put that information down here. You can check it off what you got. You can mark it out, however you want to do it. So I thought this was a fun print, and I thought it would be perfect for the grocery list. It has little cupcakes and little cotton candies, little donuts, all kinds of goodies. Pretzels, all kinds of goodies on this print, and I thought it was perfect for the grocery list. This would be your packing list. I didn't do a full-blown, absolutely every little thing packing list. I did a blank one so that you can write down what you want to take with you. So there are 3 sections. You have your clothes, you have your toiletries, and you have your other. You can print one off per person from your household that's going. You can use this as a general list for everybody that's going. These are actually wide enough you could put a couple different things per line. But I wanted to make sure I had a packing list because I actually use packing lists for everything, every time we go anywhere. So I thought this was a fun way to add the packing list to this kit. And then finally, we have the vacation shopping list. This is not a grocery list. However, you can use this for a grocery list. This would be if you're buying things before you go. Say you want matching shirts for the whole family, you would put that down. If you're going to Dollar Tree, you have little ones and you want to save $1, go to Dollar Tree and get the glow sticks and some little Disney goodies that you would use, you know, while you're there in the parks, to keep them and their eyes away from the more expensive things in the parks. Been there, done that. You can even get little books for signatures from the characters and things like that from the Dollar Tree that are Disney themed. So all of those things, anything that you would buy if you got to get a new swimsuit, if you want new shorts, clothes, if you have to buy toiletries, anything that you would have to buy for your travel. Any Minnie ears or Mickey ears, or you want to get new luggage, or anything that you would have to buy for your vacation, this is where you would put all of that information. So you could keep track of it and kind of, you know, keep a look at how much your actual vacation will cost you. Do you buy something new every time you go? Or is it just something for a special occasion trip? Something like that. At any rate, all of those little pieces add up as well, and that does, you know, that can include in your vacation budget if you so choose, or to me, it's part of the vacation budget because I'm buying it for the vacation. So I like to keep track of all of that information. So I like to have a list to go along with it. That is the vacation budget package, which is available in my shop. It's a digital download, a PDF download, and you will be able to get that printed off and use it for your needs and go from there. Let me move this over to the side and we will go with a piece that I made that is sold separately but can work with that. So this is the vacation savings tracker. I do have one already in my shop, but it's a generic form and I wanted to kind of match the vacation budget or vacation planner kit, theme. So I used the castle print that I purchased and I came up with this design. So you could save a potential savings of $10,350 on this page, approximately. What you would write over here is how much you actually saved. My vacations are never that expensive, but I know different size families, the cost for the vacations are different. Maybe you want to go for a more expensive resort instead of, if it's just you and your husband, maybe you want to go for a more expensive resort. Those cost more, right? So I wanted to make it to where you could print as many of these off as you would need. You could do front and back if you wanted to. You can laminate it if you want to. You can make it a sticker and put it in your already done up binder, or however you want to do it. I'm just going to hole punch and use this in my savings section. But it has denominations of 100, 50, 20, 10, and 5. Because realistically, I know that not every week, or every other week, or every month, or for that matter, every cash stuffing, you have $100 to spare. Right? You don't. Realistically, things happen, life happens, and you don't have that. So I made it to where there are different denominations, and they're scattered. Like, here's hundreds, here's 50s, 20s, 10s, and 5s. Here's hundreds, here's 50s, 20s, 10s, and 5s. So they're kind of split up. I cannot talk. So that you'll be able to go through and mark off what denomination you was able to do. In the 20s, there should be 400 up here and 400 down here. In the 10s, there should be 100 here, 200 here and 200 here. And 5s, there should be 50 here and 50 here. And then the 100s, there should be, oh goodness, there's a lot more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 4, 6, $8,000. So, you know, it'll add up, and you'll see it add up, and you'll get excited. The more you save to the point that you need, the more excited you'll get. At least that's how I am. But this would go really well with the budget. So on this page here, you would get an estimated total. You could print 2 of these off, do an estimated one and do an actual one, but you would get an estimated total, and then you would have something to work with on this page. So these are 2 separate purchases in my shop. Both are PDF downloads that you would be able to print from your own computer. But that is the vacation savings tracker. And then finally, I have a new emergency fund tracker, a $1,000 emergency fund tracker. Now, I know I already have one of these in my shop, but I wanted to make one that went with the theme of the budgeting system that I'm using, the budgeting packets that I'm using, right? So I made a collie one. I used the same print that I use on my envelopes that I have in my shop. So this printout is identical to it. It's only bigger. So the goal is 1,000 to start with. However, I expect to go past that because in Dave Ramsey, you know, you want to go past the 1,000 after baby step 2. So baby step 1 is to get $1,000. We all know in my budget, I'm not starting at $1,000 for my debt payoff, but I have started, right? So this is going to be replacing the emergency fund tracker that I have currently, and I wrinkled it. But it has multiple lines for you to fill out to be able to use for the emergency fund. So you would write the date that you're either adding or taking away, how much you add, if you had to use any. Emergencies pop up, so maybe you had to use some of your emergency fund, right? And then the total remaining at the end. It's a basic emergency fund tracker, but it's something that I like to use, and I find it very helpful with my savings. So I wanted to make sure that I had one of these in the shop for anybody else who wanted something to be able to keep track, because I don't use trackers in my envelopes, right? So I wanted to keep something that's already in my binder, and I have one place to go to look for it. I don't have to open up each little binder to find how much money is in each envelope. My goal is to have a tracker in my big budget binder for each envelope. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. So this is going to be the second of the 2 trackers that I have in my shop. So I do have a plain Jane emergency fund, and I do have a plain Jane vacation tracker already in my shop, but I wanted to add a little something new as well. And I can do these in different breeds or different pets. So in my shop, I have multiple breeds. I have of dogs. I have a couple cats, and then I have some small furry friends. I have, I think, a horse and the Highland cattle. So I can do this emergency fund tracker in any of those designs. You just let me know here, and I could go make that real quick and put it over into the shop so that it is available for purchase, and you're not purchasing the one that you don't want. So yeah, that is our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the new items that I was able to get in the shop this week. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions or anything that you are wanting to purchase but you need it adjusted to your situation, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to throw one of those together for you within 24 hours and put it in the shop so that you'll be able to purchase what exactly it is that you want. Otherwise, I have the basic models. The vacation savings tracker will stay at 10,350 because it does different denominations. The emergency fund tracker, I can change the background design, and so let me know on that one. And the vacation budget is a pretty basic budget. It's not super duper in-depth, but it gets all the information you need in one place, especially if you're like me and take all that information with you. So if there's anything that happens along the way, and say you get down there and they can't find your reservation, you already have all your information in your hand and say, no, my reservation number is, or no, my room cost when I booked was this, you know, things like that. Things happen. We all know that computers, although are great, they do make mistakes, right? 9 times out of 10 it's from human interaction with it, but not always. Sometimes the system goes down and it wipes things out, and then the humans can't find the information, right? So this way you have all your information with you when you travel, and it just makes for a fun way to keep all that information. So yeah, I thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky.